You are listening to the Self Trust Solution Podcast with Dawn Lede, episode number 40. Welcome back. Today, we're going to talk about creating a schedule that works for you. This episode is for anyone who feels overwhelmed by their schedule and for those who want to transform their calendars from a source of dread into a powerful tool for personal success. We're going to talk about how to reframe your relationship with your schedule, the step by step process to design a schedule that aligns with your life and your goals, and what a well designed schedule can do for your productivity and overall well being. No matter where you lie in your level of self trust, there are 5 self-trust secrets you can start practicing to create more goal success. Get your free download today and learn the 5 simple secrets for harnessing self trust to supercharge your goal success. Say goodbye to self doubt and confusion and discover the keys to reigniting your passion for your goals. Grab your copy now at theselftrustcoach.com/5 secrets. If you cringe when you look at your calendar, you're not alone. Many of my clients come to me because they feel out of control when it comes to their schedule, or they avoid making one altogether because they see their schedules as this relentless taskmaster, continuously reminding them of what's unfinished and what's not yet achieved. However, your schedule is meant to be a supportive tool. It's not meant to create stress and self doubt. So, in this episode, I want to show you how I leverage my schedule to empower me and my goals so that you can too. So, imagine taking time off without falling behind or feeling overwhelmed upon your return. I recently took 2 full weeks off to attend a conference in Dallas, and then I went nearly straightly to a music festival in Louisville with my music buddy. Nothing fell by the wayside, and I didn't even bring my computer. This is what's possible when you build a schedule that works for you, that becomes a tool towards your success instead of a cruel reminder of what's not done. I can tell you the feeling of knowing everything is well taken care of was incredibly freeing. And I experience this every day now, which is in stark contrast to how I operated in the past before finding and implementing these tools. I used to work all the time, like even when I was on vacation, and I never prioritized non work goals or myself. But there's a way to create and allow your schedule to work for you, not against you. And the first step is to identify your non negotiables. These are the activities or the commitments that you won't compromise on, like personal time, exercise, family activities. I decided 3 years ago that my health, my faith, my friends, and my family were priority. Whatever yours are, you plug these into your calendar first. What are they? How many days a week or times a day or how many times a month do you want to schedule them? Plug them in there. Then incorporate your regular work hours. If your work offers flexibility, consider how much time you want to devote. Which days and hours do you want to plug those in? And then do that. The next step is to make a list of your goals and tasks that you want to accomplish. You're not going to put it on the calendar yet. We're just going to make a list and fill it with what you want to achieve. What is it that already know that is required to achieve it? List all of that out. What are some things that you don't know that you need to figure out? You even want to list that. Like, what are some skills or knowledge? Where are you going to get those? Really make a comprehensive list of what is necessary to reach your objectives. Then, to the best of your knowledge, decide how much time it will take to do each of these. Is it a month? Is it 2 weeks? Is it an hour? If you're not sure, I encourage you to take your best guess because nothing's set in stone. This is just the kickoff to building a schedule that works for you. So once you've assigned these best guess timeframes in this list, now decide how much time you want to spend a week on these accomplishments. Break them down into time blocks that work for you. So, for example, if something takes 8 hours, your best guess is in order to do this task or create this accomplishment, it's going to take 8 hours. And you want to spend 2 hours working on it a week. Plug it in 2 hour increments or plug it in 4 30-minute increments. If something is going to take 3 hours and you only want to spend 30 minutes working on it a week, plug it in 30-minute increments or 2 15-minute increments in the week. Play with how this fits into your schedule. The key here is often we're in such a rush to get something done, we can burn out. We can tell ourselves that we're behind. We can avoid the schedule and then it doesn't get done. And I tell you this because I know that some of you are going to think that's going to take so long. And I promise you, it doesn't take any longer than when we burn out before or we give up, right? It's still getting done. And then when you plug it in this way, in the way that prioritizes what's most important to you and taking care of yourself, you're creating a luxurious schedule that works for you and you will want to do it. Instead of trying to force yourself to sit down for 3 hours when you'd rather be spending time with family, you'll be able to spend time with family because that's set. This is how I create all my deadlines. They are the date when how much time I want to spend on the goal each week reaches the amount of time it will take. And it may shock you, but often I'm done before that date comes because I want to follow my schedule. It was built for me in a way that feels generous, which means I'm more productive. And true story, I just looked at my schedule 2 days ago for what I was working on next, and I was ahead an entire week. Now, look, this also works for accomplishments with an imposed deadline, meaning you have a project and it's got a due date, right? And you're still going to make a list of all the steps it will take you to do it. And then you're still going to assign a measure of time to each step. And then you add up all the time and you divide it by the number of weeks to give you how much time you'll need to spend on it each week. So say it's going to take you 12 hours to do this project and you want to spend, and you have 4 weeks, that means 3 hours a week that you'll spend on it to reach the goal. Now, these are items that you're taking care of. These are not going to be items that are delegated out or that other team members are taking care of. These are going to be your specific tasks. Now, part of your tasks may be to meet with or follow up with those team members or anyone that you have delegated pieces of your project to. So just really think about what are the tasks that you need to do, put in that time, and then you'll see. Take the full amount that you think it's going to take, divide it by the number of weeks, see how much time you need to spend on it each week, and then plug it in accordingly. So in the instance of, say it's 12 hours and it's 4 weeks to the deadline, that's 3 hours a week. Maybe you put that in your schedule as 1 3-hour block once a week, or maybe it's 2 90-minute blocks, or maybe it's 3 1-hour blocks. However works for you, really consider that and play with it. Now, at the end, for everyone, whether it's an imposed deadline or you're going to use my practice of creating my own deadlines, Um, if you do look at your schedule for the week and it feels overcrowded, it looks like there's just not a lot of space. One, what do you want with those spaces? Are those they shouldn't be touching your non-negotiable time, right? So, but also two, if it really is like it's stacked or you can't find enough space, then reevaluate what should be prioritized. I'm going to encourage you not to automatically sacrifice your non negotiables. Instead, look at what needs to be prioritized and what can wait. Remember that it's often beneficial to see results of certain steps before proceeding with others. So, where could you create some space that allows results to occur from steps before moving on to different steps? Just do an evaluation of what could be shifted before digging into your non-negotiables. Then you want to practice this customized schedule for at least a week. Give yourself time to adjust and refine your approach. At the end of the week, evaluate what worked well. What needed more time? What needed less time? What could be eliminated altogether or tweaked or shifted? Think of this as an experiment in building a schedule that truly works for you. Remember, this is about designing a schedule that aligns with your life and goals. Approach it with curiosity and determination. Release any judgment. Once you've successfully tailored your schedule to fit your needs and purpose, you will experience the freedom of knowing that if it's on your calendar, it's as good as done. What will you take away from today's episode? My goal is for you to turn your schedule from a taskmaster or from avoiding it altogether into an ally, to build it intentionally and deliberately, making space for what is most important to you, making sure that your schedule aligns with your priorities and your goals, and letting it be an experiment that you can play with based on judgment free evaluations. Thank you for joining me today on the Self Trust Solution podcast. If you love this episode, don't forget to leave me a review. This helps me reach new listeners, continue to create content, and brings me joy in my mission to serve. Join us next week for episode number 41. Thanks for tuning in and have a trust filled week. Are you ready to achieve your goals without the pain of doubt, fear, and worry? Join the Self Trust Lab, where we're re engineering your self trust for massive achievement. Don't miss out on this exciting new way to achieve your goals. Your best self is yet to come. Join us at theselftrustcoach.com/the Self Trust Lab. See you inside.